Today we are at Ulysse Nardin to talk with Managing Director Matthieu Haverlan about new Freak, which is the model as Nomad. That's the novelty for 2024. We're excited for that opportunity, so let's head inside. Matthieu Haverlan, thank you so much for dedicating your time today for us. I know your schedule is pretty busy, so we appreciate this offer. We're here today to discuss the novelty for 2024, but let's start from the basics first. I know you have been a watch collector first. You bought your first watch, I think you were from 16 years old, something like that.
Yeah,
right?
15, yeah.
Yeah, I saw one interview, I remember that. Can you tell us about yourself a bit, like at Ulysse Nardin? You started in 2016.
Yes, I started in 2016 in being the VP sales of the company, so taking care of sales and distribution. And I'm part of the team also who took over the company from Kering. So I've been hired by the Kering Group, and a couple of years ago we did a management buyout. So we took over Ulysse Nardin from NGR Perigo from the Kering Group. So it's now myself and a few others from the management that own both companies.
Right.
And from an operational standpoint, I only take care of UN. And a couple of months ago, I took the helm of the UN brand. So I'm basically the guy in charge for Ulysse Nardin.
Right. Was that challenging, the whole process?
No, I think it came naturally because step by step I was taking more responsibilities,
right.
beyond sales and distribution. So it's been just a continuity, I would say. Right. Even though now I do spend much more time, on the marketing and product development. So seeing that might not have a direct impact, but are absolutely key for the brand going forward.
That's perfect. So you are managing director now?
Yes. Since the 1st of February.
Since the 1st of February. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So Freak is really unusual watch, right? It's been on the market since 2001, I believe.
Indeed.
The first one. So you have it exposed over there for people to see. Tell us about Freak, the whole concept behind it, your influence on the progress moving forward, etc.
I think I would have loved to be in the room where the three main important people behind the Freak have met at some point. I'm sure it happened. It was in the late 90s. You had Ludwig Oechsling, the genius watchmaker behind the Freak, Rolf Schneider, the owner and visionary of the brand at that time, and Pierre Gigax, who was an absolutely brilliant engineer, the guy behind the Silicium.
Okay.
And they must have had the following conversation, which is, what if we would invent the watch of tomorrow? What if we would bring a significant progress in an industry that has been traditional and assembling the same way watches for centuries? So, and actually Freak was the code name of the project. It was not meant to be the name of the collection of the watch because they didn't know at the beginning if they were to succeed.
Okay.
So at the end, they managed to create, a watch without a crown, without hands, without dial, and still, being able to showcase the time. So when it was launched in 2001, Freak really became a revolution. It was like a earthquake in the watchmaking industry because it was really a revolution in terms of design, in terms of mechanics, and also in terms of technology because we pioneered the use of silicone in a watch component. Right. So that's how the Freak was born, and obviously since then, we've developed a lot of different watches, about 20 patents, a lot of innovation. Really, Freak is our laboratory on the wrist. And last year we won with actually the watch that I'm wearing now, so the Freak One, the iconic category at the DPHG. So it's not like any category. We won the iconic category at the DPHG.
I know that.
So
remember, right?
Freak is an icon. And you need, a couple of decades for a watch, for a product to be considered an icon, right? 20 years ago, we were not so much saying that the Royal Oak was an icon. Now we do. So Freak is an icon, and it's the icon, I would say, of independent watchmaking,
right?
Because it has influenced, all the watch brand, the independent watchmaking, the indies, that basically emerged after the Freak was born, and it's the icon of contemporary watchmaking.
Okay. If you were there when the whole idea was created, would you call it differently?
Yes, there is no better name than Freak to name a product. You know, it is Freak. It is unique. Nobody would have imagined about that. It is cool. It is sharp, simple. I like it.
That is. I like it as well. So, novelty for 2024. Now the Freak started as a one watch, right? But now the Freak is a brand inside of the Ulysse Nardin, right? So.
Yes, indeed. You know, until 2019, it's been a one product at a time, never a collection. 2019, we launched the Freak X, the only one with a crown. In 2022, we launched the Freak S. And we are launching the second variation of the Freak S this year in Geneva. And we've launched last year the Freak 1, which is a middle range, the one that won the GPHD award. So we've got 3 calibers, 3 movements, 3 Freaks, X, 1 and S, and now the collection is complete.
Right.
And S sits at the top of the Freak pyramid.
Flagship, right?
It is, yes.
Okay. So today we have a flagship annuality.
Indeed, we have the flagship. Do you want to see it?
Yes. I haven't seen it in metal yet, so this is my first time. Okay.
So to me, what Freak S is the most complicated time on your watch. And Freak S Nomad, the second variation that we've done, so it's the first one was limited to 75 pieces. It's been sold out. This one is limited to 99 pieces. And what we want to with this second Freak S is we wanted to try to combine 2 extremes, which is high tech and low tech. You know, many brands are talking about, you know, heritage and innovation, you know, and sometimes it can be a bit of a marketing bullshit. That is the actual proof of what it means to combine, you know, innovation and craftsmanship, because you've got the most advanced technology of the Freak, which is probably one of the most advanced technology that you have in the watchmaking industry. So it's a watch with 2 separate hearts, 2 escapements.
For those who don't know, the effect of that is?
So basically, it's like the escapement is a few different components that we call the balance wheel, the hairspring, the escapement wheel, the anchor, very tiny components that are absolutely necessary. They are the most important component, the smallest yet the most important component in your watch. It's like your heart that regulates the blood in your body. Those components are going to regulate the energy, the flow of energy in the watch, and at the end, you know, keep the time.
Right.
And so those components are absolutely important, and you've got a few iterations of brands trying to have those 2 escapements, 2 hearts, with the ambition to make also the watch more precise.
Okay.
So F. Peugeot did it with the resonance. You've got also Armstrong, but those watches are manual wind because it requires a lot of energy to power the 2 hearts.
Yeah.
And we wanted to see if we were able to make it automatic. We didn't know if we were to succeed, but we managed to do it thanks to the grinder technology, which is it's not a regular rotor. It's a patented automatic system of Ulysse Nardin back in 2017 in a concept watch called the InnoVision 2. So long story short, it is the most effective winding system, automatic winding system in the industry. And to me, it is the future of automatic winding system. So thanks to that technology, we are able to power automatically the movement. So 2 hearts, and you've got here what I absolutely love. It's a differential, like a differential in a car that will average, you know, the speeds of the wheels depending on the turns.
Yeah.
That differential will average the frequency, the speed of the 2 hearts to make one pure frequency of 2.5 hertz.
Oh, right.
And that differential, as a matter of fact, is the smallest differential ever created.
That's amazing.
What I also love in that watch is pretty much everything is moving. So you've got 373 components, out of which 344 are moving.
How long does it take to make a watch like that?
So the movements that we've launched in 2022, it took us about 3.5 years of research and development.
Okay.
And the Freak S Nomad, it took us at least a good years to figure out if we could bring handmade guilloche on the base plate of the movement. So because what you believe to be the dial is actually the hour disc.
Okay.
And as you see, that very nice, sandy reflection. So it's a base of brass that has been manually guilloché. So guilloché is one of the most ancestral métiers d'art.
Right.
The machine we use to do that is old 150 years. And it takes one man in a row to not stopping. It's like 4, 5, 6 hours in a row to basically manually guillocher,
Right.
remove material from the plate. It's a beautiful art.
Right.
And so we managed to combine that into the fricasse. And you've got also very tech materials, so it's a combination of titanium, also carbon fiber with gold, and a bezel also in titanium with a dark gray finish.
Right. Thank you. Okay, so Freak is always been a watch for future, right? But like in this one, I can see the hints of the history with this guilloche, and also with the kind of protruded sapphire crystal. That's kind of
Yes,
some
yes.
of the vintage watches, but
It's good that you mentioned that because I think one of the best way I like to look at the watch is
from the side.
from the side.
Yeah,
I
'cause it has
absolutely
a-
love that.
Right.
It's like, even for cars, I like to see the shape of the cars from the side. I love it. That's my favorite view, like,
Yeah.
the shape of the 911. I think same on the Freak, especially on the Freakess.
Right. Yeah, the glass really helps the effect. And I also like I love when the watches have a depth in it, right? So you can, what we're discussing right now, so and this is really amazing. The only thing I saw before seeing it in flash is the intro video that is on the website. There is like a video of the whole movement flying, right? It looks like a futuristic.
Drone, yes, like a
Something
spaceship,
like that.
yes.
So, and the name Nomad, why Nomad?
Nomad is because, at the beginning we wanted to call the product Dune, but I think because of legal property things, the movie going on, we say let's call it something else. So the true inspiration is really the sandy effect, the color we wanted to get, and also the shape. Inspiration that we get from the guilloche. So we call it point de diamant. But at the end of the day, we chose the word nomad because at the end it's a drone. It looks like a spaceship, that is traveling.
Okay.
And nomad is always on the move. It's a street spirit on the move. So that basically was inspiration.
Right. That would be my next question, right? Because the Dune is now, the second part was in the theaters, was popular. And the whole vibe of this is kind of getting that. So
many people told me that should have been the watch for the movie.
yes,
I say yes,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah. This is amazing, and this is 40.
It's 45 millimeter,
45.
but it fits well because of the way the case has been constructed.
Yeah. It wears smaller, right? So it's amazing, but just the dial is the moment is mesmerizing.
So then you read the time with you've got here the arrow here on white to read the hours, and then you've got the nose of the whole structure that indicate the minute. And the way you're going to set the time is lift that up and moving the bezel.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, yeah. You have to fit that up. And here we are. So now it's 6 o'clock.
Nice.
6:15. I'll let you play with it.
Right. So the whole dial is connected to the hour, and the movement is.
Yes. So actually, the dial is the hour disc itself.
Right. And the movement is really, really smooth. Amazing. This is really amazing. What's the future for Freak?
We need to bring a bit of stability. People need to understand that X, 1, and S are here to stay in the collection. So in the future, I think the Freak is going to be like a red line. We will always talk about the Freak, keep innovating, as much as we need to give space also for the rest of the collection. So Freak has been the flagship to voice our leading and pioneering spirit. And we're going to have to do the same job, conveying the same message throughout the rest of the collection in the future.
The X is the kind of leading the whole movement, or what's making the Freak more affordable, right? To the wider public.
Indeed. And there is still so many people that don't know about it. So we have still to do a bit of PR to talk about that. But also the second most important collection for me is a marine, thanks to our heritage, and you're gonna hear more about the marine also probably in the future.
Right.
But we've all got also, you know, very cool divers with a lot of tech into it. It's something also that we need to bring more to the market.
I need to leave the watch because I need to focus. Okay, so with the X, we saw the Freak kind of getting a bit smaller, simpler. Are you planning maybe to introduce, you know, even smaller, less complicated watch, and on the other spectrum, are you planning to add more complications?
So,
Freak, as complicated as it is, right?
Indeed, yeah. You might see, I'm not going to say much, you might see something more complicated than the Freak S in the future within the Freak. Also, we are trying, what I'm trying to do is in all the collections to see how much we can reduce the size, you know, keeping the same movement, just working on the construction. And then if we feel that we don't have yet what we want, to re-engineer a movement, to have something slimmer and smaller. So but that is across the board in all the collections. It's true for Blast, for Freak, for Marine and divers. Then for Freak, there is a limit to it because at the end of the day, it's a very theatrical product. The movement is the centerpiece of the watch. So doing it in a 38, 39 mil doesn't make any sense. So there is a limit to the sizing also from the capability, but also from a philosophic design perspective.
We may be seeing integrated bracelet or something like that.
Sorry?
Integrated bracelet.
You might.
Right? I think that would be a win. That would be a win. But this one is mesmerizing. Amazing. Matthieu, thank you so much for your time again. Congratulations on winning the GPHG last year, and good luck today. Good luck for this year as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.